Good job there. Expect that every LLAB. No matter where we are, expect that every LLAB. You know what to expect. You know what to expect. So make sure you have your word knowledge tight. Make sure your uniform is in order. Again, quite a bit of advice there to make sure you do really well with word knowledge and such. Well, good job. As per usual, we'll go into line news.
An Air Force report. I'm Senior Airman Renee Harberry. This is an Air Force report. I'm Senior Airman Renee Harberry. The Air Force released a new document explaining how the service provides air power for America, titled Global Vigilance, Global Reach, Global Power for America. In a video message to airmen, Air Force Chief of Staff General Mark III talks about the new document.
We will remain the world's greatest Air Force because you'll make sure we do. And then when challenges arise, you'll figure out smarter and better ways to get the job done. You always have, and I know you always will.
To view the complete message to airmen or to see the full document, visit AFLIC. Be sure to check us out on Facebook, where you can discuss all the top Air Force stories. You can also leave us a comment and share your own Air Force story ideas. Just go to facebook.com/Air Force TV, then click the like button to subscribe to our feed. This has been an Air Force Report. I'm Senior Airman Renee Harberry.
All right, really brief there. If there's any topics that you'd like to discuss in regards to what you've just seen, I encourage you to bring it up during our review at the end of LLAB there. Up next, we have Cadet Gabbard with his STP3, Standardized Training Program 3.
Captain Moffitt, fellow cadets, I'm Cadet Gabbard, your training squadron commander. Today we brief you about the standardized training program. Talk about what it is, why we do it, how we do it, and what it will do for you. So first of all, what is STP? Standardized training program. It is what it sounds like. It's just a training program for general military force cadets. Those are 100 to 200s. It's a good way for you to really practice reporting knowledge and customs and courtesies, reporting and procedures, just really get those things knocked out, and you can build those skills and knock out a lot of birds with one stone. Just so you know, kind of like what we just did with word knowledge, it's a low stress thing. It might be stressful to you because it's new, but we're not intending with STP to make you really stressed. No one's going to be screaming in your face or anything, so just keep that in mind. So you may be wondering, how do I participate in STP? The first step is to review the STP module, which was emailed out by our Director of Staff several days ago. It's that super long document with tons and tons of information. It's a little tedious to read at times, but that's the first thing you need to do. If you don't know the STP module, you're not going to do very well in the program, in the STP program. But it will help you with all of RTC. Step 2, you're going to contact one of the POC that have agreed to administer your STP phases. And as far as I know, I think that's every POC. So if you take a look in the ops orders, it has all of the email addresses because everyone gets the ops orders. So you can find the email address of one of the POC that you would like to get in touch with about doing STP and send them a respectful email and request a certain time when you can meet with them in the deck or some other place, maybe if they're choosing, and get one of these spaces knocked out. Third step, obviously, reporting in. That's the nitty-gritty. When you report in, you need to bring your STP progress report, which I'll explain in a minute, because that's how we're going to keep track of which phases you've completed. So if you don't have the progress report, there's no way to prove that you knocked that phase out. So you need to have that at all times during STP. And then start over. We go back and review the STP module again and contact the POC, schedule a time we can work on another phase. The STP module is essentially a giant ROTC encyclopedia. It has all of the information you need to be successful in the ROTC program as a GMC. It has even the really obscure stuff like the foot placements for how to do a facing movement. So if you have no one to ask immediately on hand, maybe you don't know a lot of cadets yet, you can refer to the STP module and it has that information. has enlisted rank structure, I mean, everything you need to know. The STP progress reports, which will be emailed out at a later time, is something that you're going to print off. It'll have all of the STP phases and a brief description of each phase, as well as a spot next to each phase for a POC signature. So when you take this progress report to complete one of your STP phases, at the end you'll have a POC sign off that you completed that phase, probably the person that administered it. That way you can track how many phases you completed, you know, which ones you not trying to repeat or something. And this is a good way to track that. You may be wondering, why should I do STP? It will really, really help you improve your confidence. As you've seen, maybe you're not used to standing at attention and answering questions and things like that. STP is really going to help you in that department, because although we're not yelling at you or anything, we're going to put you on the spot a little bit and ask you some questions from the STP module, so we expect you to know those. It's going to really give you some confidence because you're going to learn a lot of stuff. You're going to learn all of the information that goes along with being a GMC, and you will really get your confidence up. It will also help you get to know your cadet leadership, the POC. These are your cadet leaders. You need to know who's leading you, and this is a really good way to get to know those people, because you'll be in an office and you'll be someone who's over there talking to them directly. And last but not least, there is the financial incentive. If you're the first one to finish every phase of STP, send me an email to let me know, then you'll receive a lovely award of a $25 gift card, which it hasn't been determined yet where those gift cards will be for. Probably going to send out some kind of poll or something, look for that in the ops orders, so you can give your input and have some say in the matter about where these gift cards will be for. Second is $15 and third is $10. So even if you're the third person to finish, you still walk away with $10 for free. So in summary, I've talked about what STP is, why we do it, how we do it, and why you should do it. This concludes my review. Any questions? Any questions? Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Cadet Gabbard. Aside from the financial benefits, it's just for the enhancement of yourself as a cadet. So highly encourage you to take advantage of the STP program. All right, so up next we have Cadet Selfridge with the Call of Bonus.
Okay, the topics I'm going to cover today are physical fitness assessment, dieting and healthy habits, workouts outside of required PT, and mental wellness. All right, first off, physical fitness assessment. Requirements. Body composition. In AFI 36-2905, you'll find all the requirements for your body composition that you will need to be eligible for the PFA. PFA must be administered by a cadre member, such as Captain Moffitt or Sergeant Jordan. Sergeant Jordan generally taking care of all the measurements and the picture. The actual assessment consists of push-ups, sit-ups, and a 1.5-mile run. You will be scored based on your performance on all three. You will be given a minute for the push-up and sit-up portion. As many repetitions as you can get done in that minute, that's how you'll be scored in the 1.5-mile run. You'll be scored based on the time it takes you to cross the finish line. The proper techniques of each exercise. This is a topic I really wanted to stress. When we're trying to get as many push-ups or sit-ups as we can in a minute, you kind of lose that form. Captain Moffitt was actually talking about that. Now, if you don't have proper form, that repetition will not count to your total score, so just keep proper form. An example of that, if you look at the picture on the left, the gentleman is doing a crawl push-up in the downward position. His arms are at a 90-degree angle, his hands are about shoulder width apart, his feet are no further than 12 inches apart, and his back is flat. So practice proper form. All right, dieting and healthy habits. What to eat, sleeping habits. All right, so what do I eat? Well, if you're going to eat meat, white meats, I recommend. They're low in fat, high in protein. Eat the rainbow. That doesn't mean Skittles. That means vegetables, fruits, all the colors. Hydrate. You're supposed to be drinking 1 fluid ounce of water per pound of body weight to stay fully hydrated. If you're not urinating in 45 minutes, you're doing it wrong. Keep fast food to a minimum. I know it's really easy as college students. I mean, I was guilty of it at one time. Running down to McDonald's, getting a double cheeseburger, I'm filling up that way. Keep that to a minimum. It's much better for you to eat a good old PB&J or a turkey sandwich. Your body will thank you in your 70s, I promise. Sleeping habits. Sleep is, one of those overlooked things. Sleep is actually where your body repairs itself and you grow. So I recommend sleeping between 7 to 10 hours a night. Sometimes that's not always possible. We study for tests, do homework, pull all night or some of that sounds appealing, but the more consistent you can stay, the better it is and the more healthy it is. Okay, counting calories. Now, some of you don't exactly know how many calories to take in to keep a healthy body composition. CalorieKing.com is just a website I found for a reference to give you guys. You can put in your age, your height, your weight, and your lifestyle, and being active, competing in physical training at least 2 times a week, hopefully. It'll spit out a number. Again, it's just a reference. Don't follow it verbatim. It just gives you a number. Okay. The myth behind calories. Calories don't actually make you fat. They do, of course, if you take too many of them in, but what they actually do is they help build muscle, provide energy, and help your muscles from breaking down whenever you get tired. So take in a sufficient amount of calories, not too much, but enough. Okay, recommended exercises outside of required PT. Running. Some of you last year, you can get the run time up, you being included. I recommend doing sprints, distance on the other day, and rest somewhere in between. Don't ever try to stack it up. Just like anything else, you don't want to overwork those legs and get tired, and you're doing more damage than you are good. Weight training. Weight training is a good thing. It's a good supplement to actual PT. It helps build and tone muscle. Just remember the motto: every day is not a curl day. Okay, work out other body parts. As far as extra push-ups and sit-ups go, like Captain Moffitt said, the only way to get better at those 2 things are to practice it. Practice makes perfect. Okay, just expanding on the every day is not a curl day. Here's a sample weight training routine. It's actually my routine. It works for me. If you're interested in weight training, I can help you out with that. Mental wellness. Too much of a good thing is not a good thing. Building on that, for an example, when studying, take breaks. If you've got a test Friday, start studying Sunday. Break it up in each day. I've actually done this, and it helps. You study a little bit Sunday night, Monday night, and on forward, then build on that. You'll be much more successful. Don't try to stockpile it all into one night. It won't be good for you, and you will actually end up failing. That's happened to me as well. Moving on that, do not procrastinate. Like I said, just repeating myself. Break it up and find a hobby outside of ROTC and your actual homework. It'll give you a good outlet. It's productive, and it'll take your mind off. So when you do come back to the stuff you have to get done, you won't be as stressed out, and you'll be more successful. So the physical fitness assessment, more information will be given to you then, right before the actual assessment comes. So don't worry about that. Dieting and healthy habits. Remember, eat white meat, eat the rainbow, hydrate yourself. Workouts outside of required PT. You can practice running, weight training. Practice makes perfect on push-ups and sit-ups. And mental wellness. Find a hobby. Too much of a good thing. It's not a good thing. This concludes my briefing. Are there any questions? Yes, good.
WC Charlie Flight. If I work out 7 days a week, how many would you say I should work on legs?
Actually, it's my weight training program is 6 days. I don't know if you're referring to mine, but I like to break it up 1 body part per day a week, so everything gets worked out equal. That's the whole basis behind it. Any other questions? Yes, it is.
Yeah, Louis, off the flight, how hard of a workout would you recommend before a physical fitness assessment?
Definitely not a hard workout. Actually, I wouldn't work out up to 2 to 3 days before. They say your body, each muscle needs about 72 hours to actually fully recuperate. That's another basis as to why I work 1 body part a day. This way you ensure that your body is actually fully recovered. So about 72 hours. That's when I would work out before. Any other questions?
Charlie Flight. During PFA for the push-ups, is there a certain position you have to be in for the push-ups? For instance,
Right.
close grip.
Right. It's like I said, it's about shoulder width apart, maybe a little bit wider. Your feet are no further than 12 inches apart, so usually everybody's feet are clicked together. We start in the up position, we go down 90 degrees, and it's more like it's not a military, it's just a regular push-up, 90 degrees level. Anyone else?
Thank you, Ken Selfridge. Up next, Flag Cadet Brant and Cadet Frechette, the Honor Layer Society.
Good afternoon, Captain Moffett, fellow cadets. I'm Cadet Brant, Cadet Frechette, and we'll be briefing you on Honor Layer Society today. Honor Layer Society, it's an organization within ROTC. I like to think of it as kind of a fraternity within ROTC. I mean, all of us in Honor Layer Society, we get so close in the candidacy process as well as members. What it's about, our main goal of Honor Layer Society is to aid in the development of more effective Air Force officers. And that starts with creating better cadets and preparing you for field training. So that is really what we focus on. There's a candidacy process that every cadet goes through to get into Honor Layer Society. It's kind of a pledge program, so to speak. And our definition is a professional honorary service organization advocating the support of airspace power. Now, what we are about. Not only do we prepare cadets for field training to become better officers, but we're all about serving the community. We're involved in many organizations such as Meals on Wheels. We do highway cleanup. I don't know if any of you have seen on Highway 51. A few miles down, we have a Adopt a Highway that says Honor Layer Society on it. We do that, try to do it once or twice a month. We just go out there and clean up. Like I said, Meals on Wheels, Habitat for Humanity, and a few other organizations that I can't name off the top of my head. We're always trying to find new stuff to do for the community. We're everything from helping out certain individuals to just huge organizations. And then,
these are just, you can read them yourself. They're quotes from other, we call them Marties, or cadets who have pledged and got through the process and made it. And this is actually just from them, what they experienced and what it means to them. Pretty much everyone who's joined as a freshman. So we came in knowing nothing and came out, knowing a lot more and quickly. We knew a lot more quickly. Like I said, it's a way to get to know your peers. You get really close. Last year was our biggest pledge class, and they graduated with 9 people. Me and Cadet Brent did it, and we only did. We started with 20, ended up with 2. But me and him are pretty close. I mean, you get to know your fellow cadets and other classmates. We have one that came from another state, and he's still in it. I mean, you get to know people when you go through a pledge process.
Cadet Frechette, she's going to be the squadron commander this semester, and I will be the candidacy training officer. So if any of you decide to pledge Honor Layer Society, I will be your trainer, and like I said, she'll be the commander. I'm sure all of you got the flyers. Again, we have our info party Tuesday. It's after enhanced drill, so enhanced drill is at 4 o'clock. Go to enhanced drill, and right after that, we'll start the meeting.
Come for some free pizza. If you have questions, please let us know. That's what we're here for. I have my contact info on the flyer. We are nationally established, so there are NatCons and ARCons. We go areas and nationals. We raise money for it, and we also do a lot of community service. It does take up time, but it is a separate organization that is getting out there and getting involved in their community. Some of you may not be from Stillwater, so it really gets you out there. We've met a lot of people, so if it's something you're interested in, come to the meeting.
If anything, do it for the pizza.
My next thing is Express Personnel. Has anyone heard of that? Anyone? Okay, question? Anyone heard of it? Okay, what we do, we raise money for our detachment, so we're able to do things as a detachment. Basically, we volunteer ourselves for the football games. There are 6 football games, home games. It's only going to be home games. I think we're preferably working parking, that way so most people can attend the games. We will be required to have 4 cadets per flight per game. So if you haven't volunteered, we're going to try to rotate it. You may not work every single one of them. This does give your detachment more money, so don't just volunteer for one. If you have time, just do it. get to work with your other cadets. If you do choose to do it, I really recommend, when you're doing parking, there's just a couple things you need to know. You always come dressed in khakis or black, like dress pants. They actually prefer black dress pants, but apparently now you can wear khakis. Do not wear jeans. Do not. They get really upset. It's just nothing you want to deal with. You can wear a plain shirt, a nice shirt, and an OSU shirt. Do not wear any Big 12 shirts or Division I gear. It's easy. You don't accept tips. You take the parking stuff. If you're working parking, you tear off the bottom. You put a smile on your face and say, have a good day. Pretty much all you do, and we get money for it. So, if your flight commander comes to you and asks you if you can work the game, please clear your schedules up. The dates are already out there, so don't use work as an excuse. You can't get off for one.
Are the cadets that don't wear Air Force affiliated?
No, we do not represent the Air Force at any time unless we are approved and it is an Air Force event, which you will be notified by your cadre if it is. Yes, Mayor Governor.
So for Shep, is it optional to volunteer for express personnel?
Yes.
So, so you don't have to do it during the semester? Is that what I meant? That's what I'm asking.
I recommend I'm going to recommend that at least each individual volunteers for one game. I mean, it's a sacrifice. You want to be part of a detachment that does anything, then sacrifice your time and do something for it. Is that all?
But the point he's getting to is that it is a voluntary thing. You don't have to do it because it's not PMT, which means you're not covered medically when you're doing it. But it is our biggest fundraiser for the cadet funds of the year. So
It's kind of fun too, especially at some park. You do get off of the game. You're around all the tailgating. If you're inside, you're around all the promotion. If you've never been to a football game, you're not paying for football tickets, then I just go. It's not bad. It's good work.
Are you able to put, I guess, these volunteer hours on a resume or something like that? Like say you work.
I have actually, and it does work. They know Express for Sale is a voluntary organization. They know an organization gets paid. They do know that individuals should not get paid. So if I were to get paid individually, it'd be a job. But I don't. My organization gets it. I volunteered my time for my organization to do it, and it was a voluntary act. So yes, you can use it on your resume. Is that all? Thank you.
So on top of that, I can't guarantee it, but every now and then you get one in the game for free. So if you don't have tickets, that would be a good way to get into the game. All right, everybody got a sheet of paper. And a pencil. After you come off, you guys can fill out the debts. I'm Jay Anderson, and I'm going to talk to you about our new Tax 670 calendar. So the purpose is to tell you when we have Saturday LLABs, when we have color guard opportunities, when we may just want to hang out as a group. I'll tell you how to access the calendar and how to view, edit, or sign up for an event that's taking place on it. So there's the purpose again. Saturday LLABs, last semester some confusion. People had conflicts, they didn't know that very far in advance. Color guard opportunities, we're going to post them. You can put your name under the event and say, hey, I'll do this. It's much easier than having to come hunt you down. Attachment parties, maybe we'll be in the joint lounge watching a movie one night. All right, steps to add the calendar now would be a good time to start writing. If you go ahead and write it down now, and I'll show you how to do it with my email here in a second. Look at me when you're done. How about now? everybody done? 2 seconds. Yeah. All right. So here is just a good example how to do it. First step, go to your Gmail account. Then click Calendar. Hit down on other calendars. Not this arrow on the left, but the one on the right. This one won't work. Add a friend's calendar. Enter 670 afrtc@gmail.com. Add. I've already added it. Then something will come up that says send request. Send it and then wait on us to accept it and then you'll be able to look at it. Next slide. Now, to view edit, the point of this is if we have another opportunity, you can put your name down saying you would like to volunteer. You may write these steps down also. Or take a picture if that's the thing about fast.
Then Anderson, I like your third bullet there, do not delete the events. If something changes, put in parentheses beside it, canceled or something. It saves a lot of confusion.
Yes, sir. You do not want to color guard deleted if you change your mind about something. All right, if you don't have it, check out your neighbor's paper. Here is another example right here. So here is a sample event that Captain Moffett created. If you want to sign up for it, right there, it gives the description. Captain Moffett, he made the event. He said he needs one color guard for a fake event, just a test thing. Name of volunteers. I went ahead and put my name down. You can just add your name right here, cadet somebody, someone, and then you would hit save. Do not discard the changes or you will not have volunteered. So hit save, and then you're done. Got it? So, I talked about why we have the calendar, how to access it, and how to edit it to volunteer. Are there any questions? Yes.
Yes, sir. Outflat to Anderson. Are we able to access this from Cowboy Mail?
You are going to get a Gmail account. But it doesn't have to be your OSU account, it could be any Gmail account. Anything else? All right, end of briefing. Thank you.
Thank you, Cadet Anderson. All right, so up next, Cadet Blake, do we have a enhanced drill this past Tuesday?
Yes.
How many of y'all were able to attend enhanced drill? Okay, good. So you all got to start on your drill. Good, good. Glad to see it. All right, so with that, we're going to continue on with that today. We're going to do a little drill practice following leaving the auditorium here. The way it's going to work, Alpha, Alpha, you're going to leave, and Peggy will take your flight as soon as they pull each other out. Likewise, if you were there, Charlotte, yes, there was. No, take your stuff with you. Grab